tuning in to I Don't Get It, all about the ish I don't get. In the current climate of fake news, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm going to be completely transparent. All of these facts should be fact-checked. And friendly reminder, you're listening to a humorist podcast. I want to bring back the art of conversation, learning comfortably through some silly sessions with funny people on theirs and my 15 minutes of Googling or something we remember from earth science or opening up a book. I'm just kidding about the book. But really, let's learn some ish in a space that doesn't need a champion, but a sense of humor. Because let's be real, people, we learn and love better when we're laughing. Let's dive in. Episode 2, Bumper Cars. The great attraction for almost 100 years. The Rolls Royce of amusement devices. So they were called. Today, you will be hearing from just me and some silly clips I've stumbled onto. I hope that's cool, friends. But don't you fret. I was sure to be a good student, even without a funny guy peeking over my shoulder. And I gotta say, I got some real gems on this topic of choice. My sources were Wiki, because let's be real, people. YouTube, again, let's be real. And FunCrewUSA.com, a website all about da fun, I presume, but strictly for American posses. So, let's begin with what this ish is. Bumper cars, also called dodgems, dodging cars, and dashing cars, okay, are defined as a flat ride consisting of several small electrically powered cars which draw power from the floor or ceiling. It's a complete electric circuit from car to energy source, or energy source to car, rather. There's also a controller, like another person capable of turning the bumper cars on and off. And that makes me feel a lot better because we got to make sure to have a cap on people when there's this much electricity like pumping through the space, through their veins, and then there's this immediate reaction right from the jump. I also think there should be an anger management test before you get into one of these babies because I sure as hell would love to just ram into someone in one of these cars on a bad day. Like a very real cure for road rage. I guess it's kind of comparable to punching a pillow, but this time, you need consent. I discovered one battery-operated bumper car phenomena on Quantum Claws cruise ships. Really, just one, because you got to recharge the cars. So, that wasn't really a hit.
Get it. Ugh. Got to.
These cars used to run their electricity through a big pole in the center of the room, but now it just runs through the floor. So now there is even less of an obstacle for people to just crash into one another. That's what's up. Talk about evolution.
Just remember, if you're going to catch them in the corner, do it right before the turn.
But who invented these little rubber devils? It's debated. Word on the street is Victor Lavande, who worked for General Motors, was the inventor. But the Charmoens Museum says Max and Harold Stoerer, spelled Stoehrer, looks German, of Massachusetts were the real brains behind this operation. I gotta say, I trust museums. Old places with a lot of old things and old people. It's like a trough of intellectual backwash. Anywho, these brothers patented it first, Dodgem Co., in December of 1920. And in the true nature of our fabulous country, this new fad had competitors. I mean, who wouldn't want to get in on profiting off of cars crashing into each other? And for young people, oh my God, come on, everyone knows parents will do anything for their little ones. So there were two companies vying for the love of the wee ones, the Lust Bros versus Dodgem Co. But hey, both of these companies ran into financial troubles. Why? Maybe because people get over their impulses quickly. Though this phenomena did not die out, but merely slowed down, contrary to its natural need for speed. Oh boy. At first, these bumper cars were a parents' nightmare. Tin cars, right? Tin cars that were nailed back together between rides, during rides. Really, they were just pieces of metal flying around an arena, falling apart. So you got little kids in these little metal cars spinning around in circles trying to hit each other while the metal just falls off the cars. I want you to take a moment to visualize that, guys. I want you to see what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Got that? Okay, great. I'm glad we're all on the same page. You gotta love the USA. Anywho, I wanted to know how this ish works, more in depth. Let's get scientific, baby. Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And how big, because we just love bigger, a jolt is determined by 1, the type of collision, head on is the biggest, 2, how fast cars are going, and 3, the mass of the cars, which is usually the same, and the mass of the drivers, which is usually different. This feller that I stumbled upon, Louis A. Bloomfield from the University of Virginia, can break it down a bit, and I gotta let you guys know before you listen to him, I developed a major crush on him. He's freaking adorable, and I hope you guys enjoy him as much as I did.
When two bumper cars collide, they typically exchange some energy, so that we've seen. But they also exchange two other conserved physical quantities, momentum and angular momentum. To start with, I have these great little miniature hovercraft. I actually have 4 of them, and they can zoom about the table and bump into one another. Boing, boing, collisions galore. They're perfectly good bumper cars if you happen to be a gerbil.
Isn't he friggin' delicious? Oh my god, I love that guy. Anyway, back to the episode. So why? Why do we like these things? Why do we like bumper cars? Maybe because it combines freedom with aggression, the childhood laughter we once had with competition, action without the repercussions, aka anger management without the repercussions. Our guilty pleasure music is playing the whole time. I mean, people love doing whatever the hell they damn well please. But I'd like to think no one really wants to hurt other people. And maybe this is just an outlet for people to crash into others without really doing any damage. And maybe they feel a little bit better afterwards. I kind of get it now, a little bit more than I did before. And for my final question, how would you explain this to a 5-year-old? Well, this time around, a 5-year-old is going to explain it to me.
The bumper cars at the field, and I'm gonna go on the net and spin back, and I'll hit someone, and they'll be like, hey, watch where you're going. Well, it's bumper cars. You're supposed to bump into people.
So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They're not that serious, these bumper cars, and it takes the edge off of the real act of driving. Brings the fun back to the inevitable truth of the foreseeable future. Adulthood, where the goal should be to have fun. Oh, and, don't die. Thanks for listening to I Don't Get It, all about the ish I don't get. New episodes every Wednesday to fulfill your Wednesday wisdom. Spread the word, and please feel free to reach out with comments, questions, topics you don't get. They could be featured on the next episode with a shout out to you. To reach out, head over to www.alexbeechko.com, ALEXBEECHKO. And remember, you are very intelligent.